In this program, we address a very fascinating and important topic. Many patients who visit us initially have no issues with their health and body. However, due to overloading their brain with a large amount of specialized information, they develop obsessions and anxiety, leading them away from health. One of the most common issues observed in patients is the disruption of the body's chemical mechanisms. Individuals, without consulting a doctor, resort to unbalanced diets, activities, or various drugs and supplements, causing an imbalance in their body's chemistry. Interestingly, many of these individuals don't even need medication or medical treatment, they simply regain their health by correcting their lifestyle and returning to a normal life. I promise you that by watching this segment, your perspective on life and your body will completely change. Body secretions are the true language of the body. Every type of feeling, including fear, anxiety, calm, joy, love, fatigue, and all other emotions, has a chemical equivalent. If you can understand the chemical interpretation of your emotions, you will gain access to a wide range of information and internal body reactions. If you know the chemical reactions of your body, you can take action much earlier based on the physical signs of your body. If you get a pimple on your skin, suffer a headache, experience numbness in your legs, or have a sharp pain in your left shoulder, you should consider these as signs and complaints from your body and seek the cause. But if you can recall your emotions from a few days before, you will surely find a trace of these signs in your emotions. Although our method is simplification, this part might still be complex for you. Nevertheless, there's no other way, and if you want to have more control over your body and life, you must learn these complexities. No pain, no gain. To understand the body's chemical reactions, everyone must be well aware of the various glands in the body and their functions. The brain sends and receives messages from the different glands in the body. In a figurative sense, our body operates with a complex secret system. This body management system is called metabolism, which encompasses all the chemical reactions involved in maintaining the body's internal state. As we mentioned before, everyone's metabolism is different, and each person must be well aware of their body's metabolism. As we discussed, the control of the body's metabolism can largely be managed through controlling the functions of the internal glands. Fortunately, with the points mentioned, it is clear that you can feel the function of these glands in your daily emotions. These glands are spread throughout the body. Hormonal regulation of the body. The body contains various glands that produce and secrete specific chemicals. Each of these secretions controls particular functions in the body. Glands are generally divided into two categories. 1. Endocrine glands. The substances produced by the endocrine glands are directly released into the bloodstream. The endocrine system is part of the internal system of the body that works together to maintain and control the coordination of internal structures. The substances secreted by these glands are called hormones. This system delivers essential signals to different parts of the body without using ducts. Hormones are directly released into the blood. 2. Exocrine glands. In this system, the substances produced are not hormones. As the name suggests, the produced substances are transferred to the external environment and never enter the bloodstream. Many vital body functions are performed by the structure of exocrine glands.
Types of endocrine glands. We will briefly explain each endocrine gland in the body. 1. Thyroid gland. The thyroid is a small gland located in front of the neck, below the larynx. It is butterfly-shaped and involved in many body functions. Hormones secreted by the thyroid gland regulate metabolism, the digestive system, and heart function. These hormones also play a role in brain and nerve development, muscle control, and mood regulation. If you suffer from stress, depression, and unexplained sadness, these may be symptoms of thyroid dysfunction. The activity of this gland is controlled by the pituitary gland. 2. Pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is located at the base of the brain, just behind the bridge of the nose. It is the size of a pea and is controlled by the hypothalamus. Despite its small size, the pituitary gland plays a crucial role in body functions by regulating the activity of other endocrine glands such as the thyroid, adrenal glands, testes, and ovaries. 3. Hypothalamus. The hypothalamus can be considered the ruler of the endocrine glands because, in addition to its significant roles, it also controls the function of the pituitary gland. The hypothalamus sends messages to the pituitary gland, which then produces and releases hormones based on these signals that affect other glands in the body. Thus, the pituitary gland is like the prime minister under the ruler, the hypothalamus. Important functions in the body under the control of the hypothalamus include temperature regulation, sleep and wakefulness, thirst, hunger, memory, emotional behavior. The hypothalamus can be called the gland of emotions. Many feelings, from hot and cold to sleep, hunger, thirst, and fatigue, depend on the hypothalamus. Additionally, the hormone serotonin, known as the happiness hormone, is secreted by the hypothalamus and has a direct connection with feelings of sadness, mood, and overall disposition. Oxytocin, which shapes emotional behaviors such as maternal attachment, is also secreted by the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus also plays a role in producing dopamine, known as the feel-good hormone, because it makes you feel good immediately after its release. Serotonin is associated with happiness, focus, and calmness, while dopamine is linked to motivation and feeling good during various activities. Dopamine and serotonin play roles in enhancing positive moods and emotions. Both neurotransmitters affect digestion by either suppressing or increasing appetite depending on the body's needs. A lack of serotonin is associated with pain sensitivity, aggression, anxiety, and depression, while a dopamine deficiency is linked to memory loss, reduced sex drive, poor digestion, and cognitive weakness. Another important hormone produced by the hypothalamus is endorphin, known as the pain relief hormone. It acts like a painkiller, calming you and even preventing anxiety. Exercise can trigger the release of endorphins. 4. Pineal gland. Located exactly in the center of the brain, the pineal gland secretes melatonin, a hormone crucial for regulating sleep patterns and circadian rhythms. Melatonin is known as the anti-aging hormone. The pineal gland also helps regulate female hormones and affects aspects such as menstrual cycles and fertility. 5. Adrenal glands. As the name suggests, these glands are located right above the kidneys. Various hormones are secreted by these two glands, including cortisol, aldosterone, adrenaline, androgens. Cortisol is released during times of stress to help your body gain more energy and better manage emergency situations. Aldosterone plays a key role in regulating blood pressure and certain electrolytes such as sodium and potassium. Consequently, symptoms like headaches related to blood pressure and electrolyte imbalances such as heart palpitations, abdominal pain, muscle cramps, and extreme fatigue may result from improper adrenal gland function.
Adrenaline is released in the body suddenly when you experience fear or stress. In non-scientific terms, adrenaline prepares your body to fight or flee from danger. Androgens also stimulate sexual desire in the human body, directly affecting human emotions. The main sex hormones include testosterone, male hormone, and estrogen, female hormone. Interestingly, both hormones are present in men and women, but their levels and functions differ between the genders. In men, this hormone leads to scalp hair loss, prostate growth, and sebaceous gland activity, while in women, it causes changes such as the growth of the vagina, uterus, breasts, and pubic hair. The adrenal glands have a significant role in body function by secreting these hormones. Their effects can be seen in blood sugar control, burning fat and protein, regulating blood pressure, responding to stress factors. 6. Pancreas. The pancreas is located inside the abdomen, surrounded by the stomach, small intestine, spleen, liver, and gallbladder. By producing and secreting hormones, it controls blood glucose levels. It also plays an essential role in the digestive process by producing digestive enzymes and converting food into body fuel. The hormonal roots of emotions. Reviewing the endocrine glands and their functions clarifies that all vital activities and moods depend on the endocrine glands. By closely observing these functions, you can understand how much human emotions and conditions rely on the endocrine system. By monitoring your daily emotions, you can detect potential body conditions and problems. Each day you feel good, tell yourself that your blood serotonin is high. When you work energetically, thank your hypothalamus for releasing plenty of dopamine. If you don't feel much pain when injured during work or exercise, it means your endorphin levels are high. If you're in love, you're under the influence of oxytocin. If your sexual desire is high, your androgen levels are up. If you feel stressed before a sports competition, job situation, or social event, blame cortisol and adrenaline. Cortisol, the primary stress hormone, increases glucose in the bloodstream, while adrenaline increases heart rate, raises blood pressure, and boosts energy. It gives you more. On the other hand, this general information helps you identify the deficiency of each hormone with your negative feelings, thus allowing you to sweetly engineer the chemical balance of your body and emotions. In general, we say that with exercise, healthy eating, and enjoying life, you can regulate hormone levels. However, in the future, we will provide a special program for controlling and regulating endocrine glands and hormones. In this program, our goal is to familiarize ourselves with this important and complex part of the body and pay attention to it. Since lifestyle engineering does not enter the non-physical realm, we use emotions merely as indicators to monitor the health and vitality of the body, which is an excellent method for enjoying life and health. However, if we consider the vital aspects of the internal glands, these organs are the most important tools for lifestyle engineering. In fact, this dual function of the glands gives us a great maneuvering power to control them and benefit from body health and good feelings. Disorders of the thyroid gland. One of the major conditions related to the thyroid gland is hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism. These two disorders can lead to conditions such as Graves' disease and goiter.
Hyperthyroidism. This condition is characterized by an overactive thyroid gland. Symptoms may include noticeable swelling and enlargement of the neck. Individuals with hyperthyroidism often experience anxiety, excessive sweating, and intolerance to heat. Hair loss can also occur. Hypothyroidism *. Conversely, hypothyroidism results from an underactive thyroid gland. Symptoms include fatigue, lethargy, and depression. It can lead to weight gain, cold intolerance, and dry skin. Both hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism can lead to hair loss. Diabetes. When blood sugar levels rise, the pancreas produces and secretes insulin. Insulin converts glucose into energy or stores it in the body as fat. In individuals with diabetes, either insulin is not produced properly or does not work effectively, leading to high blood sugar levels. We will extensively examine this condition in the diabetes section, but you see how endocrine glands play a role in this serious disease. Disorders of the adrenal glands. With an increase or decrease in any of the hormones of the adrenal glands, disorders can arise in the body. For example, an increase in cortisol hormone can lead to Cushing's syndrome, characterized by common symptoms such as weight gain. Conversely, insufficient production of cortisol and sometimes aldosterone can result in symptoms such as weight loss and muscle weakness. Cystic fibrosis. Cystic fibrosis is caused by mutations in the CFTR protein, which plays a crucial role in the production of sweat, mucus, and digestive fluids. This mutation directly affects the exocrine gland system. Up to 90% of infants with cystic fibrosis develop pancreatic insufficiency by 1 year of age. Hormone regulation strategies. All physicians agree that a healthy lifestyle is the best strategy for hormone regulation. Therefore, if you follow healthy lifestyle engineering programs well, you can easily regulate your body's hormonal and chemical settings and always enjoy good feelings in life. In this section, we will review healthy lifestyle habits to understand how each affects the chemical and hormonal functions of your body. Weight regulation. It's crucial to understand why in previous programs we prioritized calculating and achieving ideal weight. Weight gain can lead to complications such as insulin sensitivity and fertility disorders. Obesity is associated with increased insulin resistance, while weight loss improves insulin sensitivity and reduces the risk of diabetes and heart-related diseases. Obesity also accompanies conditions like hypogonadism, reduced hormone secretion from testes or ovaries. In fact, obesity correlates with lower levels of testosterone production in men and contributes to reduced fertility in women, both common causes of infertility. However, Weight loss can potentially reverse these conditions. Sufficient protein. If you haven't paid attention to the nutrition section, we recommend doing so and understanding the difference protein makes compared to other components. The body requires amino acids from proteins to produce hormones. For example, protein consumption affects hormones that control appetite and food intake and transfers energy-related information to the brain. Exercise and movement. Now you understand why we said exercise and movement are the cornerstone of lifestyle engineering. Exercise improves blood flow in muscles, increases hormone sensitivity, regulates hormones, and transports nutrients. One of the primary benefits of exercise is its ability to reduce insulin levels and increase insulin sensitivity. Insulin is crucial for cells to take glucose from the bloodstream for energy. In insulin-resistant conditions, cells may not respond well to insulin. Even regular walking can have this effect for those unable to engage in vigorous exercise. Most of our patients have been completely cured of various diseases and medications by adding exercise to their lives.
Gut health. The gut contains over 100 trillion bacteria that can positively or negatively impact hormone regulation. While we've discussed gut health, especially fiber's role in nutrition, in previous sections, we'll present a special program in the future for gastrointestinal health. Minimizing sugar consumption. Remember dietary pyramid. We emphasized minimizing sugar consumption. Reducing sugar intake optimizes hormone function and prevents obesity, diabetes, and other diseases. Moreover, sugary beverages are the main source of added sugars in diets, and fructose in its simple form exists in soft drinks, fruit juices, sports and energy drinks. Leptin becomes satiated and thus leads to weight gain. Healthy fats consumption. We've emphasized the importance of healthy fats in the diet. Including high-quality natural fats may assist in reducing insulin resistance and appetite and hormone regulation. Medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs, are fats that are less likely to be stored in fat tissue and are quickly absorbed by the liver for immediate energy, thus potentially increasing calorie expenditure. Additionally, healthy fats like omega-3s help reduce inflammation and pro-inflammatory markers, contributing to increased insulin sensitivity. Omega-3s may also prevent elevated cortisol levels during chronic stress and help reduce stress. Stress management. Enjoying life is a core part of lifestyle engineering. The body's response to stress triggers a cascade of events leading to cortisol production. Chronic stress can maintain elevated cortisol levels, which may lead to overeating and obesity. Moreover, high cortisol levels stimulate gluconeogenesis, the production of glucose from non-carbohydrate sources, which can induce insulin resistance. Quality sleep. In the exercise section, we've also highlighted the importance of sleep and recovery. Poor sleep disrupts several hormones, including insulin and cortisol. Sleep deprivation not only impairs insulin sensitivity but also elevates levels of HGH, leptin, ghrelin, and cortisol, potentially leading to insulin resistance. Studies indicate that sleep deprivation increases ghrelin and decreases leptin levels. The brain requires uninterrupted sleep cycles to function through its 5 stages, particularly important for growth hormone secretion, which primarily occurs during deep sleep. A specialized sleep program will be presented in the future. Dietary with high fiber. Fiber increases insulin sensitivity and the production of hormones that induce satiety. Soluble fiber particularly enhances the effects on appetite suppression, while insoluble fiber is also crucial. The gut microbiome ferments soluble fiber in the large intestine, stimulating the secretion of satiety hormones such as GLP-1 and PYY. Long-term fructose consumption is associated with gut microbiome disturbances that may disrupt hormonal balance. Additionally, fructose can contribute to increased hormone production. These principles underline the significance of holistic approaches in lifestyle management, integrating nutrition, stress management, sleep quality, and dietary fiber to optimize hormone regulation and overall health. The use of various drugs, alcoholic beverages, or any type of medication to stimulate glands and induce false sensations should only be undertaken under the supervision of a specialist physician.